Governor Bello Muhammad Matolle reads riot acts to emirs and council chairmen. Plus, the remains of late Malame Aliyu Endo to let rest in his Afe country home. Good evening, viewers, and welcome to Standard Blogs Online TV News. My name is Aisha Usman Ahmed. Governor Bello Muhammad has directed all emirs and chiefs in the state to stay put in their domain, just as he promised to pay back those aiding insecurity in their own coin. Governor Matolle declared this at the opening of one-day security meeting with traditional rulers, the Council of Ulama, heads of security operatives in the state at Government House. Correspondent Manir Sani Anka has the details.
The governor, who spoke through his spokesperson Mallam Zailani Bapfa, said henceforth no emir or chief is allowed to pass a night outside his domain, adding that as royal fathers they have a duty to stay with their people at all times in order to help address the problems of security in their areas. He added that as for those who aid and abet insecurity in the state, the government will be decisive and will not fold its arm and allow the state to return to the era of wickedness and heartlessness, insisting that the government will be ready to have its face off with anyone trying to sabotage its effort on security. The governor further said that the state government had been very lenient due to the nature of the delicate approach to negotiations and peace effort with bandits in the state. He, however, said that leniency was being taken for granted by bad politicians who chose to compound the insecurity situation in the state. The governor further directed all local government council chairmen in the state to remain at their local government areas because they are the chief security officers of their respective domains. He outrightly prohibited all local council chairmen from spending their nights outside their areas unless on crucial official duties. He added that with the recent happenings in the state where scores of attacks are carried out in some parts of the state, it is evident that the hands of bad politicians is in play, and confirmed cases of deliberate misinformation was aided by some of them. He further said the state government is doing all it could to maintain peace and order in the state, but some people are obviously more excited when they hear of attacks by bandits, in their bid to portray the administration as a failure, adding that they do not care how many lives are wasted. Matolle further added that he would be contented with one term in office if the price of 2 terms is to lose innocent lives of the people of the state, adding that no leadership is worth it when the price is the blood of innocent people. He added that the orders he has given would be observed for the next 3 months. According to him, anyone who violated the above will cost him his job. The meeting, which later held behind closed doors, was attended by all the traditional rulers in the state, the heads of all security operatives in the state, all leadership of the Council of Ulama in the state, and important government dignitaries.
Governor Bello Muhammad Matolle has approved the setting of a 15-man ad hoc committee on monitoring, consultation, and reinforcement of general security architecture of Zamfara State. The decision to setting up the committee was reached during a one-day security meeting held with stakeholders in Government House, Gusau. Our correspondent, Anasana Anka, has the details.
The constitution of the committee, according to the governor's press secretary, Jamilu Ilyasu Birnin Magaji, followed the resolution reached during a one-day security meeting summoned by the governor with traditional rulers, the State Council of Ulama, heads of security agencies in the state, and some senior government officials at the Government House, Gusau. The committee is expected to make findings on the reasons for the resurgence of armed bandits' activities, kidnapping, and other heinous crimes in different parts of the state. The Emir of Zamfara and the Chairman State Council of Chiefs, Alhaji Attahiru Muhammad Ahmad, is to chair the committee, while the Commissioner of Police, Zamfara State CP Usman Nagogo, is to serve as co-chairman of the committee. The committee also has the Emir of Gumi, Justice Lawal Hassan Gumi, Emir of Maru, Alhaji Abubakar Gadomai Gari, Emir of Zurmi, Alhaji Abubakar Atiku Muhammad, retired Deputy Inspector General of Police, DIG Mamman Afe, and State Director of Security, SDS. Other members of the committee are State Commissioner for Security and Home Affairs, Alhaji Abubakar Muhammad Dauran, Representative of General Officer Commanding 8th Division, GOC, Sheikh Ahmad Umar Kanuma, Executive Chairman Zamfara State Preaching Commission, Dr. Muhammad Harun, State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Barrister Nura Ibrahim Zarumi, DSP Jafar Muhammad Legal, and Alhaji Sarkinfawa Malami, while Abubakar Ahmed of the State Council of Nigeria Union of Journalists, NUJ, will serve as secretary of the committee. The committee is saddled with the responsibility of addressing problems of security in the state, ensure early response to distress calls, trace instigators and those who aid and abet insecurity in all parts of Zamfara state. The committee is also to involve all critical stakeholders, including traditional rulers, Islamic scholars, and security agents, among others, to ensure effective consultation on all matters of security concern in the state.
Zamfara state government has announced the dissolution of the two factions of the leadership of Gusau Central and ordered for the appointment for the caretaker committee to conduct fresh election within the next 3 months. This was announced by the State Commissioner for Commerce, Industry and Tourism, Sufyan Bashir Yuguda, after meeting with the two factions of the leadership in his office. Correspondent Ismaila Abbakar has the details.
The commissioner, who announced the decision after a joint meeting with the two factional leaders of the market, ordered that both parties in the crisis be dissolved and appoint a caretaker committee for a period of 3 months pending the conduct of a fresh election. The meeting was summoned, according to the commissioner, in order for the government to intervene and broker peace in the overall interest of the people of the state. The meeting also resolved that people from both factions can contest for any post in the new election to be conducted soonest by the caretaker committee. The commissioner called on the occupants of the Gusau Central Market to be law-abiding and work toward having a peaceful election. The decision was reached at the instance of the Director General of the Central Market, Alhaji Suleiman Zumunci.
The remains of the chairman of Zamfara State Local Government Service Commission, Malami Aliyu Endoto, has been laid to rest in his country home, Safi on Sunday. Governor Bello Matawalle and hundreds of party allies of the deceased and other well-wishers attended the funeral prayer. Correspondent Muhammad Bello Bakura has the details.
The funeral prayer of the former chairman of the State Local Government Service Commission, Malami Aliyu Endoto, was conducted by the chief imam of Apejum at Mosque and was attended by hundreds of family, friends and well-wishers. Governor Bello Muhammad Matawalle, in company of some members of the State Executive Council and other politicians, attended the funeral prayer of the deceased. Governor Bello Muhammad Matawalle, who was visibly sad with the loss of the political associate, described late Malami Aliyu Endoto as dedicated political associate who believed in the service to humanity. He said late Malami Aliyu Endoto has spent the rest part of his life serving humanity and also offered his best to the service of the state, saying the exit of Malami Aliyu came at a time when the state needed his services the most. Governor Bello Muhammad Matawalle therefore prayed for God Almighty to grant the deceased Jannatul Firdaus and give his family the fortitude to bear the loss. It could be recalled that late Malami Aliyu Endoto was part of governors in Torres that attended the wedding Fatiha of the daughter of Zamfara State former Governor Ahmad Sani Yariman Bakura on Saturday, and it was reliably gathered that the deceased longed few minutes to their departure to Gusau, the state capital, after the wedding Fatiha. He died before he was rushed to the hospital. Late Malami Aliyu Endoto was 2 times chairman State Independent Electoral Commission, 1 time a State Commissioner for Agriculture, and later chairman Local Government Service Commission, a position he held up to the time he returned to his creature on Saturday.
The zonal vice chairman of All Progressive Congress in charge of Zamfara Central, Alhaji Sani Governor Menche, has described the death of the chairman of Zamfara State Local Government Service Commission, Malami Aliyu Endoto, as a great loss to the entire people of the state. Alhaji Sani Governor Menche, who stated this through a condolence message sent to the newsmen in Gusau on Sunday, said, as politicians and associates, they are going to miss Malami Aliyu Endoto for his humanity and political commitment of lifting the status of Zamfara State. Correspondent Muhammad Bello Bakura has the details.
The APC Zonal Vice Chairman Alhaji Sani Governor Menche, who described the death of late Malami Aliyu Endoto as shocking, said, Zamfara has not a political figure whose political contribution and experience are most needed, especially at a critical time when the state is battling to end series of its socio-economic crisis. He described late Malami Aliyu Endoto as humble and very courageous person who believed in the ideas of developing Zamfara forward, noting that his death will continue to linger in the memory of many progressive-minded people of the state. He added that as a friend and political associate, he and Malami have been sharing some political perspective, especially when they were in the same political party, noting that As a politician who came from Zamfara Central Senatorial District, his political contribution and ideas have always manifested in the transformation of the state. On behalf of the people of Zamfara Central, especially teaming supporters of All Progressive Congress in the zone, Sani Gomna condoled the government of the Zamfara state, the ruling People Democratic Party, and indeed members of his entire family over the death of Malami Ali Endoto, and pray for God Almighty to grant his soul eternal rest. He called on the family to consider the exit of Malami Endoto as a trying moment. Hence, they have lost a filler whose bounty and talent and experience is being utilized in reshaping the history of the legendary of late Endoto Aliyu, and urge them to continue to pray for him at all times.
Viewers, we have come to the end of today's news. On behalf of the managing editor and production crew, I'm Aisha Usman Ahmad saying goodbye.